Hello, this is Chris of Magoosh, and today I have for you verbal traps in the sentence equivalence question. Our goal here is to really understand how these questions are put together so that we can avoid falling for these traps, these same predictable traps that the test writers lay each time. So let's dive in. In this question, we have here, as the job fair neared to an end, the recent college graduate became ever more blank, desperately trying to befriend prospective employers he had earlier not even deigned to give so much as a cursory glance. And so I think, okay, we're at a job fair. This person's desperate. At one point, he didn't even look at these other people offering jobs, but now the job fair is about to end, and so he's becoming desperate and he's approaching everyone. Okay, great. So now let's look at the answers. Ingratiating. I'm not sure I know exactly what that means. I'm pretending. Average test taker probably doesn't necessarily know what that means. Fawning. Kind of know, like someone's fawning over you. They're really trying to make sure you're happy. So I have a vague sense of that word. Average test taker does. Then we have withdrawn. And this is one where, okay, the test writers have chosen the exact opposite because this person's not becoming withdrawn. That's kind of the opposite. They're becoming desperate. They're approaching everybody. So we can get rid of C nicely here. So let's give C a nice erase so we don't have to look at it anymore. Woo! Okay, so C is gone. Now we look at D, anxious. And I think, ding, 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 I have the answer. He was anxious. He was desperate. He's like, hey, everyone, hire me. I'm desperate. So I'm going to choose this. And then I go and I look at E, talkative. I think, well, if you're talkative, you can kind of anxious, right? When you're anxious, you talk a lot. And so what's my brain trying to do? It's gripped on or grasped onto this word anxious right here. And now it's trying to make other words similar to anxious. But hold on a second. If you're talkative, does that mean you're anxious? I'm kind of talkative right now. Hey, everyone. I don't feel too anxious. So those words don't work. And that's what we have to stop ourselves from doing. Choosing an answer choice and then trying to make others similar to that word when they're not. So I can get rid of talkative. But before I do so, I look at F, direct. Well, isn't direct kind of mean talkative? If someone's talking to you, they're being direct. What am I doing? My brain is now grasping on to talkative and trying to make it work with direct. Why? Because I know these words. They're easy to work with. What about these ones? Oh, I didn't like them. They were weird. So I'm down here. It's safe space, right? But the safe space is the dangerous space. That's where the traps lay. These words, direct, talkative, they're not similar words. You might be able to associate them in your mind, but they're definitely not synonyms. They're not synonyms with anxious. And just like that, in one big erase, whoa, we are left with A and B, and we didn't even have to know what those words mean. Fawning, though, is kind of like being a kiss up, like you're desperate to make sure someone is happy and pleased. Like, hey, how are you doing? Wow, this job booth seems really cool. You guys really did a great job here. And ingratiating is when you're trying to gain people's favor. You're trying to make friends. You want them to like you. Wow, you guys have got a great booth here, looking great. Love to work with you. Very similar words. You don't have to do these mental gymnastics to make them match up the way we do with easier words. The test writers know this. That's why they put those easier words in there oftentimes. And of course, the answers are oftentimes those harder words, but there they are, A and B. And I'll see you next time. Cool, I really hope you enjoyed that video learning about the verbal traps and of course picking up on some vocab in the process. Speaking of which, learning vocab is not easy, and that's why we put vocabulary memorization tricks in the description below. Simply just click on the link to access those. Of course, if you want to watch more videos like this one, then check out the ones on your left.